morning, chaps. How the devil? Great to see you all again. It's time for your favourite Sunday news roundup. Another deep dive into the immoral, overly emotional, state-funded propaganda with your host, the Angry Bootneck, the BBC Spews. You knew I was going to have to cover this one. First up, Millwall dismayed and saddened by fans booing of players taking a knee. We knew this was going to happen, so let's not try and fucking make out like this snuck up on anyone who isn't Stevie Wonder with a set of tights over his head. We all saw it coming. Apparently the only people who didn't is the talking heads, the chattering class, the MPs and the elites, which is weird. Again, call them elite when they appear to have the IQ of a pork pie. The people that run the show, it took them totally by surprise that the working classes of this country aren't communists, right? Basically, they're astounded, dismayed and saddened. So I'm not going to talk about it too long because I've made loads of videos about it. We've talked about it at length. You all know the crack. Everyone who isn't an imbecile knows the crack, right? BLM, as I've done videos about, are an explicitly, aggressively political organisation. A Marxist organisation who'd self-describe them, it's not a slur by me, I'm not making this shit up, they describe themselves as trained Marxists. Fuck knows where they get trained, but that's what they call themselves. So don't tell me that I'm doing anyone a disservice here. They are full-blown communists with an explicitly political agenda. And the response to this has been, oh, we don't want to make anything political. I mean, honestly, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. The Den had 2,000 home fans in for the first time since the lockdown. And we've been saying this would stop the second the fans were allowed back in. Imagine if there was more than 2,000. Imagine when there was 30,000 in there. Do you know how many fucking boos you're going to get in response to this ridiculous, universally disliked by the 99% fucking communist ideology? It said the club will not allow their work to be in vain. Well, I'll tell you how you crack on then. If you don't want your work to be in vain, give all the money away to the poor like communist Robin Hood and bulldoze the stadium, turn it into a fucking farming collective, because that's how you're going to have to do it. A football club is a capitalist fucking venture by definition. And it's funny, the reaction, because they've even done a commie reaction. Like, look at this guy. Manchester City and England defender Mika Richards said, how do these fans get allocated to the games? They are 2,000, so you can pinpoint the people going. There's no excuses. Like, what do they want them to do? Have the commissar go up and down the fucking pubs near the ground and, like, you know, with a Luger and do a bit of inquisition, a bit of fact-finding before the fucking game starts? What do you mean? What do you mean you can pinpoint the people going? So should we put everyone on like a Clockwork Orange device, hold the fucking eyelids open with matchsticks and train them to be also trained Marxists before we let them go to football games? What planet are these fucking people on? Dion Dublin, again, they're all rich twats now who live in an echo chamber on the BBC. I like Dion Dublin on a personal level. I've seen him on with Bob Mortimer on Mock the Week and on Would I Lie to You? And he seems like a nice fella, but he's obviously just transformed into an upper middle class arsehole who lives in the lefty echo chamber, and he doesn't seem to understand that these people have took black players to their hearts and souls for decades, because that's what they do. They love football. They don't care who scores as long as they score. And if a black man scores for Millwall, the fans cheer him up they love him and they mob him in the street and they ask him for his autograph. Don't tell me they don't like black people. They don't like communists. They don't like people smashing up the cities. They don't like people setting things on fire, pulling down statues of our greatest heroes, burning the fucking cenotaph, burning the cenotaph, burning the cenotaph. If there is one mecca for football fans, it's something like the cenotaph, because all their grandparents and great-grandparents and generations of their families died in war. Yeah, both my granddads served in the Second World War. Don't fucking tell me to cheer some fucking group that burned the cenotaph. No, not happening. It's got nothing to do with colour and everything to do with a fucked up communist ideology capitalising on a murder of a criminal in a foreign country 3,000 miles away to push their political agenda on a people that roundly despises them and their toxic fucked up ideology that's about as popular in the UK as a bastard at a family reunion. We are not interested. Get it through your heads, it will never stop. And funniest line of all goes to Millwall manager Gary Rowett. Wayne Rooney's just a fucking idiot. Shrek. I don't think granny fucking's very politically correct. I don't think married men paying to Roger OAPs is very fucking politically correct, but what do I know? Anyway, Rooney's just a moron, but Gary Rowett said the players have spoken about it and they said they don't support it as a political message. It is a political message. Don't tell us that you're all taking the knee and it's got nothing to do with politics. It is 100% explicitly political. No, everyone's happy with nobody using the N-word, or like when I was a little kid going to borough matches, people seriously used to throw bananas at fucking players. And there was full-blown racism that no one's cool with. That's all gone. We're all cool with it. We're all happy to see the back of the N-word being thrown at players. We're all happy to support the fucking Kick It Out campaign. But we aren't communists, and we never fucking will be, and we like the flag, and we like our country, and we like Winston Churchill, and if you massive bunch of cunts still can't understand it, despite the fact you've all got expensive educations and you all went to good universities, if you can't understand an issue that I can sum up in 60 seconds, that a fucking window cleaner could do in 10 words, I don't know what to tell you. At this point, I think they are willfully fucking ignorant, and they're trying to smear everybody because they know they can't win the fucking argument. And they can't win the argument because we're not communists, right? Moving on. This one annoys me because of the endless use of Americanisms, right? How to boss your Christmas food shop. Young people have just think that we all live in one giant shit country, don't they? They think the whole world is one giant shit country. That's why they all talk the same. How to boss your Christmas shop. You know, from California, Justine. Don't tell me about bossing the shop. The other thing that made me laugh is you can tell everyone who reads the BBC is still wearing Velcro shoes, because look at their amazing tidbits on this list. Where to start? Plan your budget. Okay, won't spend more money than I've got. Make a menu. Fuck off. Make a menu when I'm cooking a meal. Nah, you don't need a menu. You just put a blindfold on like you're playing pin the tail on the donkey, spin round 3 times and fucking grab cans out the fridge. Throw them all in a big pot. Yeah, I don't need to open them. Throw them in a pot. Eat, my beauties. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, we know you create a menu. Plan your shop. Is this like a food article, or is this how to not be special needs? Plan your shop. Don't forget local shops. Oh yeah, what, we need a bit of communist messaging in there? Fuck the big corporations. Yeah, Jeremy Corbyn, get your storage space ready. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I read this BBC, or I wouldn't have knew to do that. I'd be there looking at a cupboard full of beans, trying to cram a shoebox in there. It's not working. Why isn't it working? I don't know what to do. The full cupboard won't accept more stuffing. The Paxo won't fit in here. That's weird. Why won't the Paxo fit in? The cupboard already crammed with fucking cans. Unbelievable. Share the load, yeah. Ask your mates to help, yeah. Cheers. Menu ideas. And look at this one. Here's a menu idea. A tray bake such as Rukmini Lear. Oh, fucking hell, that's a woman. I thought they were on about a fucking meal. I thought it was like a nut cutlet or some fucking shit that these people want to eat for the Christmas dinner. Anyway, so that made me laugh. Just ridiculous. Not really news related. Here's a news related one. Margaret Thatcher statue, right? They've wrote this up in the negative, tried to make it like this is controversial in some way. Margaret Thatcher statue, £100,000 unveiling event to be underwritten by the council. There she is, the hired lady. God bless her. Yeah, there's another one I'm a fan of, yeah. BLM want to dig her up and fuck a skeleton over the fucking substitute bench. Not happening. Anyway, I don't want to go back there. Council plans to underwrite a £100,000 unveiling ceremony for a statue of Thatcher have been approved. The statue was offered at South Kesteven District Council after proposals to erect it were rejected. So that's got rejected, even though she's a fucking former Prime Minister. It says the Conservative-led authority agreed to the event. Opponents said the cost was an insult to struggling residents. You can't eat a statue. Yeah? I shouldn't need to tell people that. It says the Conservative Council leader acknowledged there was a debate to be had about the legacy of the former Prime Minister, and then it's just whinging. It's an insult to the people of our community. Blah, 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 blah. Like, honest, just propaganda from the BBC. Well, instead of fucking arguing about it, right? We're supposed to live in a democracy. Let's just see how Grantham votes, shall we? Oh, look. Weird. Grantham and Stanford. Conhold. Let's have a look at the majority. Gareth Davies votes 36,794. Labour, Catherine Salty, votes 10,000. That's not a very big number. Oh, what's that? 65% of the vote share versus 19. So Labour got 19% of the vote share. Gaza, my man Gaza, he's a good lad, Gaza. 65.7% of the vote share. And you think, BBC, there's a debate to be had, do you? You think there's a debate to be had here? You fucking lunatics. Whoever wrote that piece, no, there's no name under it, unfortunately. Probably because they know that I'm going to read it and say, listen, I wouldn't let you write me a fucking shopping list. You've got a head full of cow shit and you can't call yourself a journalist. So go and get a job selling shoes. Maybe you can do that. Possibly. Although I would personally prefer to go and see Mongo the shoe selling Down syndrome. So, ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. It's a democracy. You lost. You keep losing. Communists, you keep losing. Commies, Marxists, lefty arseholes, postmodernist academics. Nobody votes for you people. We vote in an old-fashioned way, using bits of paper with names on. And in fucking Grantham, that's the result. There. A 65% vote share. So, fuck off, stop whinging, suck it up, put on your big boy pants, and help them erect that fine statue. You absolute throbbers. Honest, they're such sore losers, it pisses me off. Just grow up, you sad bastards. You didn't see me crying about fucking Tony Blair wrecking the country for 10 years, did you? Jesus. And Obama, the Republicans over here, they all whinged about Obama, but they didn't fucking say let's burn the whole country down. They didn't say elections shouldn't be a thing anymore for 8 years, and then Trump turns up and he's been in office 6 months and they want to fucking burn all the flags. Bulldoze the Lincoln Memorial, put up a wigwam and live in a commune. It's ridiculous. Lefties, seriously, grow up. Grow up. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You suck it up and you crack on and you win the next election. Fuck me. How is this even a debate? Should kids financially support their parents? How very millennial. How very millennial this one was. Parents are often the ones supporting their children, but if your parents turned the table and asked you to foot the bills, would you? Would I? Fuck, I'm a millennial. I like to just stick my thumb firmly up my arse and play the Xbox 70 hours a week, whilst mommy brings me fucking tendies. Jesus. So yeah, it's basically another crying story by millennials saying, oh yeah, one time my parents asked for money and of course I had to fuck them off because those old squares know nothing, man. Peace out, dudes. Like, fuck off. Look at this one. Harper says older generations should work longer. Yeah, you horrible cunts, you selfish bastards. They did everything for you. This is what annoys me about them slagging off all the Brexit voters. The reason your grandparents and your parents voted for Brexit, young people, is because they love you. They love you. You are their flesh and blood after all. They love you, they care about you. They saw how many opportunities they had growing up, and they see how the EU and fucking 350,000 net immigrants every single year for the last 20 affected your prospects. And they said, you know what, we might have to tighten our belts, we might have to do a bit of sacrifice, but in the long run it'll be good for my offspring that I love. And their attitude was to spit the fucking dummy out, kick the toys out the pram and say, you fucking old cunts, you should die, you should all be dead, hopefully you'll be dead. And they had a little death clock. The death clock. Soon we can win the election by default, the referendum by default, because all the horrible old squares will be dead. What a fucking despicable bunch of fucking horrible cunts they are, these fucking self-absorbed, soft-skinned, spineless fucking kids. Spoiled rotten their entire lives, never had to do a day's fucking work. Parents paid for everything. I told you I know some of these twats never do a day's work in their life. The fucking parents pay for everything. Didn't have to get a part-time job in high school, didn't have to get a part-time job in college, didn't have to get a part-time job, just never done it. Just spoiled, paid through education by the parents, given a car, given everything, paid for the fucking lot, and then they waltz into an engineering gig because the mum and dad paid for their engineering, for their education, and then they get to 27 and they go, those fucking horrible old cunts, they should be working longer and they should do more hours. Are you pulling my pisser? You selfish, spoiled bastards. It's unbelievable. The lack of self-awareness from these kids is fucking shocking. I'll tell you what, it's a good job I haven't got any teenagers fucking... Because they'd be out on their ear, the little twats. I'd be like, work harder, there's a fucking pick. You go fly to Argentina and get yourself down the coal mines, you little twat. So yeah, there's a great story about... Should the... No, you shouldn't. You should just fucking throw them down a well. The fucking horrible old bastards. Yeah? Christ almighty. I'm in a bit of a rush today. Let's do one more. A theory that can help explain why time seems to move slowly. Yep, because that's a hard one. That's a fucking hard one. There's the question we've all been asking. Why is time moving more slowly when I've been locked in the fucking house for months? Yeah, we don't... Or tell us, oh wise one. For many, time feels like it's passing differently lately. A philosophical theory can help us understand why the days seem to drag during the pandemic. Philosophical theory. No, being locked in your cunting house for months. Yeah, that's why time drags. You never heard the old wives' tale? Well, it's not really an old wives' tale, it's a saying. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, because your mind's occupied and you're doing something you enjoy, so your mind's there. You're not sitting, drinking a cup of tea, staring at fucking the wall. The same wall that you've been looking at for days because you haven't been allowed out the house, and the pubs are closed and the bars are closed and the restaurants are closed and the fucking stadiums are fucking locked up tight. That's why, you silly bastards. Look, many people feel their experience of time has been a bit off this year, even though the clocks are ticking. Yeah, so more pointless filler from the BBC. No, they don't want to do any real work. No one wants to do the legwork. These spoiled kids don't want that the BBC employs, soft-skinned, university-educated, middle-class arseholes, only working class if you're black or gay or something. Obviously, they do let some working-class people in, but they have to be the right colour, right? They don't want to do any real work. They don't want to do the legwork. It's like coppers don't want to go out on the beat anymore, yeah? They want to sit in the fucking office eating donuts and send an android out to do the police work, right? Use a drone to watch for criminals. They don't want to go out on the beat anymore. And journalists don't want a journalist anymore. They just want to sit on the fat arse and just type up gobbledygook because they don't want to do the hard work. And in the old days, they used to go on the ground in Afghanistan and there'd be bullets zinging over their head and they'd be like, fucking hell, it's getting a bit dicey. Now they just want to sit on the fat arse and write absolute fucking nonsense because they don't want to do any real work. Like, it's fair enough. I understand it. I do. But it's just the lack of gratitude I don't like about them. Same with the last story. I don't like the way they know they've got it better than anybody else. They know that the last 30 years has been a walk in the park, and that's why they don't appreciate anything. You've got black people in 2020 in England who've never suffered at all, talking how they're going through unprecedented racism. Like, seriously, unprecedented is a word I've seen used by them. Unprecedented in 2020. When we're not that far out of, like, you had Jim Crow laws, full-blown slavery, and they're going, oh yeah, well in the late 1990s, I saw unprecedented racism. People used to fucking be owned. Like, we used to own people. For thousands of years. It was normal practice for thousands of years. And I've got people born in 1996 telling me how they're living through unprecedented racism. It's like, it's staggering. Staggering. So I don't care whether you're a journalist, a fucking footballer, a student, a fucking copper. Nobody seems to realise that 2020 is soft. We're all soft. We haven't had a proper major conflict that's affected people in the fucking homeland since Vietnam. Like, people have had it too easy. Too easy. Our grandparents had the Blitz. They're called the greatest generation for a reason, and now everyone's as soft as shite, and they all want to claim the fucking hard done by. It's laughable. Laughable. So, yeah, that's the BBC for the week. Not much proper news, because, as we've seen, they don't want to do any work. Not much proper news, just absolute fucking bilge that the special needs child at your local creche could probably write. And the most fucking without question, the most low effort how-to guide I've ever read. Right? Make sure your cupboards are empty before you put things in them. Fucking cheers. What a load of shite. So let's finish this. Let's sum up under Margaret's visage. We're not communists. We never will be. People are not racist, but they're not communist. So stop kneeling. Stop it. Shouldn't need me to explain this to you. Thatcher's status should be up already because her fucking constituency is as blue as Jacob Rees-Mogg's testicles, right? So that should already be up. Have a good Christmas. Sort it out yourself. You don't need me to tell you how to fucking buy a turkey from Aldi. Yes, you should financially support your parents, you horrible, selfish little bastards. And we know why time's going slow. It's because you authoritarian, fascist, New World Order twats think it's perfectly acceptable to lock everybody in the houses for 9 fucking months. Like we're living on a prison planet. Fucking Alex Jones has been proved right. We're all wearing tinfoil hats now, folks. Crazy times. I'm the Angry Bootneck. That was the BBC. Thanks for watching, thanks for subbing, and thanks for sharing. Do it, you tight bastards. It's free. Cheers.